welcome. Welcome to Meet the Maker. The maker being me, so it's Meet the Maker Michelle, and Michelle Leong. I'm an artist behind Milk by Michelle. In Meet the Maker, I've been regularly posting series about Meet the Maker. They've normally been written posts or video posts, edited videos, giving you an insight into my daily life. I created Meet the Maker to give you, my friends, an insight into what goes on in my life as an artist, as a mom of two, and as a budding entrepreneur, still learning my ropes and learning my way. So I've been getting quite a few interests in my art process, and I thought for today I would share with you what my art process is, which is actually not much of a process. So okay, so I didn't go to art school. I didn't do an art degree or take any art courses before I started painting. I literally picked up the paintbrush must be about 5 years ago now, and the time before that was at school. So when I started painting, I didn't necessarily have the right process. I still don't really, but I thought I'll share with you what goes on in my head, or how it actually starts, how I come up with all these pictures, which is what a lot of people ask me. So most of you know that my art is mainly commissioned. So what does that mean? It means that a parent normally comes to me and say, "Hey Michelle, I really like your style, I really like your colors. Would you do a painting? Can you come up with a painting for my son?" Or most of the time it's been sons. For my son, he loves cars, trains, boats, animals, and we need it to have helicopters as well, for example, right? And I go, okay, so that's a commission, I shall think about that. And then what I do is, step one, I sit back and I look around, I Google for whatever the theme is, to just get some rough ideas, and then I start sketching. Hi Hanim, hi, nice to meet you. Today is Meet the Maker, so I'm actually sharing my creative process as an artist, and I want to keep it short. So the first few, so today is more about my sketching and my conceptualization, what I call. So this is my sketchbook, right? Like, it's not any fancy book, and actually it was, oh look, it's got my my initial sketches of my logo in it. So this was like literally, I literally sketched this when I was very sick with back pain on the mattress in my living room, sketching away of what the Milk logo should look like. So I still keep a copy of it. So this is the initial ones. See that? Right. And so there's just lots of, so I'm just literally going through my sketchbooks, and there's so many copies of my initial thought process. So this is my sketchbook, and this is actually my wedding book as well. So I used to use it as my wedding sketchbook, or ideas like what my gown would look like. And I just did a hire Dayu, nice to see you. I'm sharing my conceptual process today as an artist. So okay, so I obviously didn't use many pages of that book, so I changed it into my sketchbook. Oh, that's my cake, what my cake should look like. Yeah, flowers. So I guess I was subconsciously quite a visual person already. I didn't realize that. I never realized I was quite a visual person, but clearly I was when I was doing this for my wedding. I was coming up with a concept book. So I wanted to share with you my first sketch for my first painting, which is called Roadworks in Zuren. Now the parents who commissioned it, they are really, really good friends. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so the parents who commissioned my first ever piece are really good friends, Nick and Sharifa, and they commissioned it for Haris, whom we really know really well. And Haris was moving into his new room because his baby sister was coming soon into the world. And I know, and the parents told me, Haris loves construction vehicles. He especially loves diggers, mixer, and he loves a lorry truck, and that was about it actually. So then I thought about, you know, Haris, and I thought about his personality, what he's like. Haris is quite an excitable boy. He's quite active, and he's very, if you see him, he's really bubbly, and you know, he's very active, always jumping around and doing up to something, very cheeky. So I thought about, first of all, the color theme that I wanted for Haris, a painting for Haris, and I thought it should be something slightly more of a calming energy. So to help balance his personality and his character, and I thought, okay, I knew that the painting should have quite a bit of green, because that is calming and inspiring, as well as some blue, and I knew that the blue needs to be a very kind of clean sky blue. So that was what was in my head. And then the next thing was, and I sketched this, right? I don't know how I came up with it, but this is literally my initial sketch. So I knew I created curves. I wanted it to be a countryside. Sharifa, Haris's parents, Sharifa and Nick, and us shared a lot of time in Switzerland skiing. We loved the countryside, so I wanted to create a countryside sort of feel with curves in it, because that's very soothing, nothing with edges. And I built in what he really loves, which is a mixer, a roller. Oh, I have a mixer there, a digger. Hi Monica, oh my god, it's so good to see you. And I knew Haris loves airplanes, and I even had a train and 2 hot air balloons. And the reason I put hot air balloons was because I knew that I wanted to put Haris's parents or his nationality into the artwork, which is his dad is British and his mom is Malaysian, so I wanted to put 2 flags in the balloon to make it even more personal. So yes, there you go. This is literally my first sketch. Yeah, it's not very fancy. It didn't even have people in it. I wasn't planning on putting people in the painting because I'm not very good at painting people. I'm working on that. The second piece was for Callum, and when Callum's parents came to me and said, look, we really, oh, thanks Monica, thank you, I love you. Oh. When Callum's parents came to me and said they'd really like me to do something for Callum, and they said, okay, what I needed to have in Callum's painting was, this was the brief, right? I needed to have a car, a truck, a tippy truck, a bus, a train, a boat, helicopter, and animals. And I went, okay, how many animals? And parents went, as many animals as you can fit in. I'm like, wow, okay, that's gonna be tricky. How do I do that? And often what I want to do, I don't want to just create a painting with lots of animals in it and that's it. I want to create something that has stories in it, that has little stories that one can talk about. It's almost like a storybook. For me, my thought is how wonderful it is to have a painting up on the wall instead of reading the storybook on an evening, and you can just sit back and look at the painting and talk about the stories, which I do with our children actually, instead of going through a book. And sometimes it's nice to go through a book, but I thought, you know, why not something else? So that was how I started with this whole approach to my paintings. So, and this, I don't know if you can see this, is literally the sketch for Callum's painting, which is to the beach. So I thought, Callum is a a really lovely boy, and he is a little shy. But he can be outgoing, and he's quite active. So I thought something with lively colors, but a very, very inspiring and serene blue, which I wanted for the sea. So I call it the Maldivian blue, like Maldives basically. So that was what I created. This is my sketch for it, and this is literally what I sent to the parents. I said, you know, is this okay? Because there's a lot of stuff in this sketch and I'm not sure if I can fit it all in, but this was literally how, yes, this is the second sketch. So that was my initial sketch, and that's the second sketch. I put more stuff in. You can see the ice cream truck, the car with the crocodile. There's the tippy truck, and I actually eventually put in a wolf and 3 little pigs. I knew Callum's name was gonna go there with the monkey and big elephant. Oh, sorry, monkey, lion, elephant, That was going to be initially a monkey, but I changed that to a hippo. There was a penguin, a surfer penguin, and a boat. So everything that Callum parents wanted. I initially had a helicopter, but you will see that in my final painting I took the helicopter out, or I didn't put it in, because I thought the painting had too much going on already and I didn't want to ruin the skyline. So the helicopter was taken out at the last minute, or actually I didn't paint it on. So this is really my process. I don't have much of a process. I'll share with you the rest of my book just for your interest. So here we go. So these were the sketches that I did for some t-shirts. I did a t-shirt series for Mark and Callum. So we did like with 3 monkeys, because there are 3 of them, the 3 musketeers. So yes, and this was another painting for Abigail. She wanted Ellie and Hedgehog, so that was my initial sketch. The final painting is quite different, so this is my sketches. I had hedgehogs in there, and I was going to put an owl, but I couldn't fit it in, and I actually put it into a different format. So yes, what's this one? This is the sketch from my old McDonald's painting. Some of you, many of you might know. Look, and it hardly has anywhere near the details that I have in the final work. Hi Michelle. Hi, thanks for dialing in. I'm just sharing my creative process as an artist and what goes on in between behind my work, which is the conceptualization phase. This is part 1 of it. The next time I'll show you, how I do my actual sketches on the canvas. But for today, I thought I'll share with you guys how I do my conceptualization. This was the fire engine one. The parents commissioned this for their son who loves Fireman Sam, and he wanted everything with sirens, so all vehicles with sirens in it. So I had a police car, ambulance, fire engine. There was a police car there chasing a robber. So this was the first sketch, and then I think I did a later one. There was a second one. So I mean, they're really kind of very rough. I draw with stick figures. I'm not, I don't actually put real people in it. So it's just literally stick figures. That's my robber. A stick figure robber. Hendrik, that's the name of the boy that this piece of art was commissioned for. Oh, and this was the first of my first time I had a commission for a watercolor piece, and I wanted to practice, well, because I haven't done watercolor for a long time, so I wanted to just test how to do a peony, because I had no idea how to do it, and fish, and it was also to share that with the client who commissioned me, to just see if we're on the same page in terms of the concept. And so this is it. This was the first draft. You see here in a minute. Let me just flip the camera. So this is the first draft. She liked the flower, but she said she didn't really like the fish as much. I built in a Chinese symbol. This was what it was initially going to be like, and then it kind of changed a lot since then. So I did a rough sketch. You can't really see it probably because the pencil lines are quite faint, but yes, this is literally the sketch on a piece of paper for what became this watercolor that you guys all love. And I don't trace it, so I then redraw this onto the actual watercolor paper. So these were some of my practice sketches, and here's some more. This is the farm one, the recent farm one with the pig. Really, really rough. I had totally no idea what I was going to do then with this piece. Hi Sarah, you just joined. I'm just coming up to the end of my streaming because I've got to go. I'm actually going for a masterclass today in storytelling, so hopefully I'm going to learn how to tell stories in a better way. So I just shared my creative process as an artist. I don't really have a very structured or technical process, as you can see, but I thought it might be interesting for you guys to see what goes on behind the scenes. So thank you very much for watching. Did you enjoy it? Tell me, and let me know if you'd like to know anything more about what I do and behind the scenes, what goes on in my life. I'd love to share with you. All right, I'll see you then. I gotta go. See you, ladies. Thanks. Have a great day. Bye.